Hi all, welcome to KidsToAdultTrendy channel. Today's video is about Great Expectation. It is a framework used for data validations, for most probably in the ETL validations where data is extracted, transformed, and loaded for analytical purpose. It is a quick tutorial, and I would like to explain what is GX. Is a Great Expectation is a framework for describing data using expressive tests, and then validating that the data meets the tested criteria. It's a Python library that provides programmatic interface to build and run data validation workflows using Great Expectation. And it can be used for interactive explorative data validations because while validating the data, doing exploratory testing is very important in a data quality validation. So it helps for that importantly. And for that, we need to set up a GX environment. A data context has to be created and connect to the data using the data source, data asset, batch definition, and creating a batch and defining the expectations. Like expectation is like creating one expectation, or if it is a multiple expectation, then it comes under expectation suite. And then run validations, which is like checkpoint, actions, and data docs. It is like creating a documentation at the end. And it can be used by business analysts, BAs, that data engineering team, and testing team, and also the business users for an analytical purpose. So I've opened the Visual Studio now. It is to inform like how this can be incorporated. For example, I've taken one example how this data validation can be done. So for that, we are just installing the pandas, pip install pandas, and installing the Great Expectations. And then we need a numpy that is also should be installed. So suppose if it is throwing an error while installing a Great Expectation. So first step is creating a data context. So context is created with a Great Expectation, GX. If you I would like to scroll above and show how after installing, how we are importing. While I'm importing the Great Expectation, I kept it as a GX. That's the reason, while creating a canvas. So I kept GX dot get context off. And the second step is I create a data frame. In the data frame, I'm reading a CSP. The CSP file is present in this Great Expectation tutorial itself. I've given a link URL. It's a CSV file. We are reading it and we are storing it into a data frame so that we know what data we are going to verify and what is the data quality checkup we are going to perform. So there are multiple columns like ID and the passenger count and everything. So this is it's a CSV file. It contains the columns in the pers line and then the column values down. Here. So, and our third step is connecting to the data source. So we are connecting to the data source and adding pandas. And from the data source, we are adding it to the data frame assert. That is our fourth step. And defining the batch definition. And from the batch definition, the batch is defined, which is nothing but the batch parameter we are providing as a data frame, which is df. And we are creating expectation. We are just in this tutorial, I've given an example that we are going to verify the passenger count from the, whether the passenger count is starting from 1 and ending to 6, that it is the minimum value should be 1 and the maximum value should be 6. And below 1 or above 6 is invalid data. So that is the expectation that has been set here. And we are creating a batch and validating that expectation and printing the validation result. So if you see gs.expectation, expect column value to be between. So that is our main validation point where we are giving the column as a passenger count, which should be between 1 and 6. And we are validating the expectation that is created using the bash and storing it into a validation result. And then printing the validation result. This is how the Great Expectation works. So it's context creation, data source, assert, batch definition, batch, and the expectation is set for the particular column value, expected value. So whatever the data quality check, suppose we are checking the mandatory value fields, or if we're checking the data type, this should be, the column of the data type should be amalgam what is that? It is a integer, or it should be a string, or if it is a mandatory film, or if that. So now what I'm showing is, like, after running that code, like due to some error, I'm just showing the screenshot. So after running the code Python gxrpy, I got the passenger count column and the values also. Now, if we see unexpected count is 0, it means that our data quality passed. It lies only between 1 and 6. So whatever we are expecting, the column passenger counts value between 1 and 6 is true, and there is no invalid values above 6 or below 1, so unexpected counter 0. So our great expectation, this is how it works. Now we can do one negative validation. I've created one py file, a Python file, where I've created a new RLL, which is our CSP file, and I'm reading it and putting it into a data frame. And what I'm here checking is, like, just for passenger count 1 alone, like, what is the total count? So I'm just using df of passenger count equal to 1 dot sum up, which gives the 1 passenger count total value. So I'm printing it so that we know, like, for passenger count contains between 1 and 6. So only for 1, what does the total count of passenger count? So we're just doing a preset, but finding out, like, what is the 1 count. Now in the terminal, if you could see passenger counter 7299, please keep it in mind. So our 1 passenger count is 7299. Now what we will do, we'll go into our test validation to great expectation file, and we'll just change the expectation from, instead of 126, we'll change it to 226. So we should get the 7299 in an unexpected count, right? So that is how we are going to do. So, yeah. Now I've changed the minimum value to 2 instead of 126. Now I should not I'm not expecting the passenger count value to be 1. I'm expecting only between 2 and 6. If below 1, it is a failed case, but at least we need to check that how many count of 1 we are retrieving. We have already verified Broad's account of a 7299. So when I run this Python gx.py, I got the minimum value for the passenger count is 2, max is 6. But in the unexpected count, it is showing that 729, and because we were expecting only between 2 and 6, and we know that 1 count 729, and it is there in that file, which should be arrived as an unexpected count. So in that case, we know that there are unexpected count, which means that the unexpected value have arrived, and this is the count of that unexpected value, and it can be reported to the developer for fix. So great expectation helps this way and this way. So when we want to test a multiple in millions of records, it will be useful. And it will help us to do the validations perfectly and quickly, and not miss the defect or data leakage into the operation. So this is a quick tutorial. If you want a few more explanation on great expectation, please let me know. And thank you for watching.